Greetings, I'm Barrett, and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. We're continuing our playthrough of Folklore, the Affliction. Our three brave adventurers in the last episode went from the Church of the Crossroads all the way to Ostalink. While there, they ran into a farmer that said if we could help him with a wolf problem, he would help us find our missing priest. We're set up for the encounter with the wolves. Will our brave adventurers make it through this encounter, find the priest, and save the day? Or will they succumb to the evil in the land of folklore? To find out, I need you to meet me at the table. So here's the map that the encounter will take place on. Before we get that all set up and look at it, I want to go over some of the other rules about this encounter. So it does say that our main goal is to kill all these wolves. After we do that, we win the battle and it's over. There's also some other things we can do. We have optional goals. So the optional goals is we can investigate all search locations during the combat. And if we do that, we just roll a d10 and whatever, we consult the table. If you get a 1 through 3, you take damage from a snare trap. 4 to 7, nothing happens. But 8 to 10, we find an item. And we found that the items are pretty good. Also, you can investigate the scarecrow that is found over here on the side. And he'll be set up on the map. To do that, you'll need to take an ecology skill test. Now, I think one of our characters, it's the butcher, has ecology as one of his skills. So he actually gets an extra roll to that. So he might go over and check that out. Also, when we go to do our first search, we can't forget that our Arcanist gets +1 to this search roll. So that's pretty good too. We'll have to remember those. Now let's get the board set up so we can begin this combat. Now I have our board ready to go. And I think the first thing we're going to do is talk about our rabid wolves. Our rabid wolves have 17 health. The way you decide this is you figure out, this is how they scale the game. They scale the game based on the number of people. They give more hit points to the enemy. So it has 17 health since there are 3 of us. Also, playing on the Dusk difficulty makes it so they have -5 might, which is going to help us. We'll be able to hit them a little bit easier. They do have 41 defense, so we have to roll above that number, and they have a 5 stride, so they move faster than us. Well, they're wolves. Why not? If we defeat them, you'll get 10 lore and 2 coins for each wolf we kill. Also, they have a special power. The Vicious Bite attack has a power die of 0. The chance to become sick changes to a sickened 8. The way all these monsters are going to fight is, again, we're going to take our percentile dice and we're going to roll the dice. So we're going to roll, and we got a 59. So this would normally have hit one of our characters. The way you find out what power they're going to use is based on the single die, not the tens die, the ones die. So since it got a 9, that means you're going to look at the card and it would be an 8 through 0. So we'd go with the Vicious Bite. If you would have gotten a 1 on this, but he still got 51, that still would have hit our characters, but he would have done a different power. I hope that makes sense. And the powers that he has are, if you roll 1 through 4, he goes takedown. And the wolf leaps at you and swings with its clawed paw. Lose 3 vita and get pushed 1. If you get hit with a 5 through 7, your hamstring, the wolf jaws rips you at your hamstring. You lose 1d4 plus 1 vita and become immobilized. Well, that's going to be no good. But this one's probably the worst. Your flesh is torn by a mouth of foaming with blood and pus. Lose 4 vita and become sickened 4. And like I said before, if we roll a 0 on the die, so if it would have been, let's say, a 7 with a 0 here, that means that it would have been like a super vicious bite. And instead of going sickened 4, we would have had to deal with a sickened 8. So that is our enemy card. And we're going to put it off to the side, and we'll reference it when we need to. And one more thing, since I didn't mention it, that symbol means that he's a melee monster. They're obviously not going to be shooting us, but some will have range here, and it'll show it with 2 arrows going up and up like this. That would show that your monsters have ranged attacks. So to finish setting up the board, I'm going to put our search marker here. We can go search the well for possibly an item. That'd be fantastic. And also, we do have that scarecrow, and I'm going to put a red die right there to represent the scarecrow. If we go over here, we have to take an ecology 5 and to test the scarecrow to see what happens. And here is just like any normal search token. A 1 through 3, you take snare damage. 4 through 7 is nothing, and 8 through 10, we get an item. How about that? I moved the board down just a bit so we can get everybody in the shot once we start playing. Now I'm also going to reintroduce our team to us. This is Barnaby. He's our butcher. He's a merchant. He's going to go right there. Next we have Reynold. Father Reynold. He's right here. He is our sanctifier. He's going to go right there. And last but not least, we have Nicolette. She's going to go back here. She is our arcanist. Now we have to deal with 3 wolves. The 3 wolves are going to go on the board. Here's the first wolf. He is going to go right here next to that bush. He's going to go behind the bush. Our next wolf is going to go back over here behind the fence. He's going to have to move around this fence. I am going to tell you right now, just since we're starting, sometimes I have a little frustration with the way these maps work. The way that you learn how to move, you can go diagonal, but you can't go diagonal if there's a part of a feature that's kind of going into another square. So sometimes it's hard to know whether or not you can go diagonal across some of this. It's kind of confusing at times. It's one of my only gripes with the game at times, is trying to figure out if you can go diagonal around a piece of, if there's something in your way or not, like a piece of blocking area or something. But that's okay. We're still going to have fun. That's the plan. And that last wolf's going to go right here. And this is actually going to go up 1. I lied. It's right there. That's where that is. Now that is the way our board is going to be set up. And now we have to find out who goes first. To find out who goes first, you roll 2 d10s. This is who gets first strike. The black die is going to be the wolves, and the white die is going to be us. So I'm just going to quickly roll these on the board, hopefully not knocking anything down. We'll see how bad this goes. We got a 10. We get to go first. Now, if there was an affliction on the board, they would get to add 1 to this. The afflictions are kind of like boss monsters. So if there was an affliction on the board, they would get to add +1 to their roll. Also, if this map was in darkness, they would automatically go first. The bad guys would. Since it's our turn, let's move to what we can do. I'm going to teach you what actions are illegal and what are not legal. So every turn you get to move, and you can move up to your stride. As you're moving up to your stride, you can stop, perform actions, and then keep on moving. It's not like a normal... So a lot of the other games will say that once you move, you're kind of done. Or else if you do something, you can't move. In this game, you can move, and you can do things while you move. So for example, if Barnaby was here, he could move up here for 1, search this thing, move down here, and attack. So he can keep on moving even after even stopping and doing something else. Every person is allowed to do 1 action. And the actions that they can do are either attack a foe with an equipped weapon, or activate or exhaust an item or an artifact. And you can also attempt a prayer ritual. You can only do 1 of those per turn. You can move only once per turn. You can also interact with a map feature once per turn. So you can do all these different things. The only thing that kind of is a stipulation is you can only attack, activate, and exhaust an item, or activate a prayer or ritual. You can only do 1 of those. The other ones you can do once per turn. So for example, we can move, attack, interact with a feature on the map, and we can also use any number of consumable items on a turn. Also, you can use any or all abilities you have that allow you to according to their rules. And if need be, you can also summon allies or companions to come and help, and you can also equip or trade items. Those, though, can only be done at the end of your turn. That's the only other stipulation. So all the rest of it can be done while we're in the middle of our encounter. So that, I just thought I'd throw that out, show you. Now we're going to I'm going to show you how this all works and hopefully not screw it up. All right, so we have first strike. We get to choose what to do. And the order of activation is always from who has the token to who doesn't. When we last left off, our token was in the possession of Nicolette. So Barnaby can go first. He's got 4 strides, so he is going to move, and I think we can get to this wolf. We can't get to these 2 wolves. So let's get up in there and hit one of these wolves. He's going to go 1, and you can move diagonal, up, down, left, right, wherever you want to go. Horizontal, everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to come right up to this wolf, and we're going to hit it with not our giant cleaver. We are going to attack it with our hatchet, because our hatchet gives us +5 might and also uses a D6, which is so much better than D4. So with +5 might, the rabid wolves have a 41 defense. So I get +5 because of my hatchet. Also, he has the innate ability to have +5 might just from being the butcher. So we're going to add 10 to our roll. So let's roll these up. He got a 25, which turns into a 35, which means he missed. Oh, no. I sadly was kind of counting on the butcher to be kind of our frontline fighter, and he missed. All right, next is going to be Nicoletta. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and she is also going to attack this wolf. Now, I could have spent a PowerPoint with him to use his other weapon if I wished to, but I chose not to. She's going to attack with her stiletto. All right, Nicoletta is going to use her stiletto. She gets +4 might for that. She also gets an innate +3 might from being just an arcanist. So we do have +7 to this roll. And she'll be doing 1d4 damage, but she gets flank 1. And that means that if she's attacking an enemy with an ally next to her, and Barnaby is, attacking an enemy with one of your allies adjacent to it, which Barnaby is, she'll do extra damage equal to the flank number. So she'll be doing 1 extra damage. So let's roll it up, and hopefully she'll be able to take this, or at least damage this wolf. So she got an 89 +7. That's way more than enough to get him. So let's roll our damage. And we got 3. That's not bad. So we get 3, plus she has her damage bonus of +2. So that's 5, and her flank for 1. So she did 6 damage. So we're going to take out our handy-dandy Gloomhaven tracker, and we're going to go down to 11. He starts at 17. He's at 11. Father Reynolds is our last person to activate. He actually has a special rule that's right here. It says, encounter 3 rabid wolves. Their locations are shown on the map setup diagram. Also, a character with the blue story marker gains 5 might for this combat due to the urchin's warning. So he does have that blue story marker, so he gets +5 to this attack on top of everything else that he's got. So he's going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4 and attack this wolf. And before he does that, he's moved. I can also use some of my abilities. And the ability I'm choosing to use is my Purification. Restore Vita, 4 Vita to yourself or any adjacent ally, usable during a skirmish. I'm choosing to use it now on myself, so I'm going to gain 4. So it goes from 17 to 21. My max Vita is 22, so that's not too bad. And for doing that, he is going to lose 1 power point. So he's going to go to 4. Not too bad. He's not doing too bad. We're okay. Now we're going to attack the wolf. Now we do get that +5 for the warning. He has an innate might of +4. So he gets that as well. So he actually gets +9 when making this attack, which is pretty good. Let's see if we can get these wolves. He's got an 89 as well. That's great. Okay, so now we're going to do his damage. And he's going to use his Aspergillum, which does do only 1d4 damage. He doesn't get any bonuses or anything. But damage is damage. Let's do 4. We did 2. Okay, that's not too bad. So we're going to take our thing. We're going to go down by 2, 10, 9. We also have our damage bonus. And the damage bonus for Father Reynolds is 1. So he's going to go to 8. Almost there. Too bad our butcher didn't hit. We probably could have finished it off in 1 round. Now the rabid wolves get to attack. Okay, here they come. They are going to operate in order from highest Vita to lowest. He's going to go last because we beat on that poor wolf a little bit. But these 2 wolves have not taken any damage, so you get to choose which one goes first. And we're going to choose this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are going to move towards the closest enemy, and then they're going to make their attack. Because they're melee, they have to get up close. The wolves are going to get -5 might because of their fighting, since our difficulty modifier is dusk. So let's roll our dice and hope we don't get hit. 47 minus 5 is 42. That is enough to hit our butcher. And the 7 is going to reflect what power the rabid wolf is going to use. He is going to use hamstring. The wolf's jaws rip at your hamstring, lose D4 plus 1 vita, and become immobilized 5. So we're going to take our D4 and roll it and hopefully get a 1. Oh no, we got a 4, of course. Why not? Our poor butcher has taken 5 damage. He's going to go from 16 down to 11. He's getting close to death here. We might have to heal him next. He's also going to have to take an immobilized 5 test. He can resist with trickery. So we're going to get to add 1 because I believe he has trickery. Yes, he does. Also, but if he fails, the force around your prohibit your movement. Receive -10 might. Pass ecology 5 at the start of each round, or your stride becomes 0. This status ends when combat is over. So we have to first try to resist the actual hit of trickery. Now, if sadly we fail, then at the beginning of the round, we'll have to try to get an ecology 5 to hopefully pass. All right, come on, butcher. We need you moving. Well, actually, we don't really need you moving, but you need the +10 might. Oh, great, he made the resist. He resisted it. He got higher than the 4 that he needed due to his +1 from trickery. Now we're going to move on to this wolf. He also is at full strength, so he's going to move. He can't move over these. These are considered obstacles. Again, it's a little misleading. They're nice little features on the map, but it would have been a little bit easier if they would have been more clearly marked, I believe. That's just my opinion. So 1, 2, and then again, am I able to go diagonal? I don't know. But I can still go 3, 4, so I can still get to him either way. And we're going to attack again, Barnaby. We get the -5 modifier, so let's hope this one doesn't hit. Oh man, they're hitting everybody. He got a 1 for his power, and that's going to be takedown. It says the wolf leaps at you and swings his clawed paws, so he just automatically loses 3 and gets pushed 1. So he's going to go from 11 down to 8. We're going to need to heal him pretty fast. He also gets pushed 1. So we're going to go back to the board and resolve that. Okay, we have to resolve pushed 1. This is the wolf that attacked. So he's going to push him into her. And from what I can gather, what happens is that when you take a push, that means he is going to take D4 vita. He took 2. So we're going to go ahead and knock him down 2 more. He goes from 8 to 6. And also it says that anybody that this person runs into takes D4. So that's going to be her. So our Arcanist, who's at 20 health, is going to lose 2. So she's going to go to 18. And for being my first combat, and not exactly remembering things I should probably done, she should have probably put on her aura, since she is a seeker. She's got awesome auras. She's also got some abilities I probably should have done. For example, she could have done +2 damage on that successful melee hit, but oh well, it's okay. Now that we're done being pushed around by this wolf, we get to use this wolf next. He gets to attack somebody they're all equidistant, and there's no like target priority or anything, so we're going to roll to see which one that wolf attacks. I'm going to replace this search die with this white die for a reason I will show you soon. So we're going to roll to see who this wolf attacks. In the book, they talk about what dice you should use based on the number of people to find out priority. I believe with 3 people it's a 6-sider, but I like doing it this way better. This is our priest, this is our Arcanist, and that's our butcher. Whoever gets the highest number gets attacked. And it looks like it's going to be our Arcanist. So they get -5 to this roll. And they got a 0-8, so they got a 3 in essence, and they missed the Arcanist. Thank goodness that's finally something's going our way. We're going to try to take out these wolves now, and I'm going to do my very best to try to get this guy back up to some health. So we're going to start with Barnaby, our butcher. Hopefully he doesn't do as bad as he did this time. We are going to continue to pick on that wolf. I believe that's our best plan. So again, Barnaby is going to use his hacker, and he's going to get +10 to his roll. He got a 28. That's no good. He only got a 38. So again, he has failed to hit. So we're going to move on to our next person. The next person that's going to move is going to be Father Reynold. He's going to move up next to the butcher so that maybe he can take some of the heat. But before we do that, the butcher is actually going to use his bandages. I know that he's been getting hurt really bad. So I thought using the bandages might be a good plan. He's going to use these during his turn to gain 4 Vita. He's going to go from 6 Vita up to 10. So he's holding in there. We'll need some help. And the help is going to come from our exorcist. Father Reynolds is going to use a PowerPoint, go to 3, to use again his, not that one. He's going to use this one. He's going to use our purification and gain 4 Vita to yourself or an adjacent ally. So we're going to do that, giving Barnaby 4 more, bring him to 14. So he's feeling a little bit better. After that's done, now I think our Father Reynolds is going to attack this wolf and hopefully take it out. Now he gets +9 to this roll. Come on, something good. 36 plus 9 is going to be 45, which is enough to hit the wolf. The wolf only has a 41 defense. So we got the wolf with our aspergillum, and we're going to see if we can do enough damage to kill this wolf. I got 4, yes, +1. That means he has done 5 damage. This wolf, oh, so close, is down to 3 health. And I have a plan. During my turn, I am allowed to use as many consumables as I want. Now, if I'm doing this wrong, please let me know. But this thing has 4 uses, so I'm going to use one of the uses of my holy water. And it says that I am allowed to use damage for throwing for D4 damage. So I'm going to use one of the things to throw this for D4 damage. And I believe I get 4 uses out of that. If that's wrong, please let me know. Otherwise, I can put this in my aspergillum for +2 damage for 1 use. For 4 uses, sorry. Now that I think about it, I think we are actually going to use this to fill that aspergillum. That's a better plan than throwing it. Fill for +2 damage for 4 uses? Yes, please. So we're going to fill our aspergillum. Sadly, it was after I fought. I should have maybe read a little bit better. So now from now on, we're going to get +5 might, and we're also going to be able to do +2 additional damage based on our holy water being filled into our aspergillum. Last but not least, we have our arcanist. She's going to stab him with her stiletto, and that should do it if we can hit. If she doesn't hit, we're going to have to try something else. But before we do that, we're going to activate our Seeker's power, which is going to, I think she's going to use her absorption power. So the light aura is a circle of protection, giving her absorption 1 and allies in the aura +5 defense. This does not stack with other absorption bonuses. We're going to do that. To signify that, we're going to add this token. I'm actually going to put it under her, so hopefully I can remember it's there. And now anybody within 1 square of her gets +1 absorption, which will help him out if he starts getting hit against the wolves again. Now let's move and see if she can kill this wolf. She gains +7 to her attack roll, so let's see what she can do. No, she got a 27 or 28. +7 is 35. That's not enough. Sadly, it didn't come to fruition, but I did have a good plan. If he would have died, I would have been able to move her up, and then all of them would have been able to take advantage of that aura. But as we stand, we're not able to do that. So let us move on to the wolf's turn, and I really wish this wolf would be dead right now. These 2 wolves are at full power, so we're going to activate this one first because it's only a 50-50 as to who he attacks. Now let's see who he attacks. The white is, of course, our Father Reynolds, and the other one's the butcher. He is going to attack the butcher while this poor guy's getting pounded on. And let's see if they hit him. Now they get -5 might for the dusk, and they get +5 defense from the arcanist's aura. And he got an 84, so they hit as usual. So the 4 is going to be what he's going to do. And that better not be push again, or we're going to have big trouble here. It is push. That's fantastic. Okay, so he's going to take 3 Vita automatically. But I do have absorption 1, so I'm only going to take 2. So I'm going to go to 12. Now, since this wolf is allowed to do a push 1, again, we're going to do this big pushing and jamboree right here. He's going to take D4 damage. He took 2, and he's being pushed into her, so she's also going to take damage. She's going to take 1. This aura will not affect this damage because it's considered snare damage. So let's go to our trackers. He's at 12. He's going to go to 10. Our arcanist is at 18. She's going to drop to 17. We're then going to move on to this wolf. We're going to find out who he attacks next. So whoever gets the higher number gets attacked. Oh, they've tied. Let's try again. A 6. He is higher. That is it's Father Reynolds. So they get -5. He is not in the aura absorption, so he's going to get just creamed for a 96. So let's see how much damage he takes from that. Oh, we have to figure out what it is first. The 6. The 6 is his hamstring attack. So it says the wolf jaws rip at your hamstring, lose D4 Vita, and become immobilized 5. He doesn't have any type of trickery modification, so he's going to take a 5, get a 5 or better in order to make that save. First, he takes D4 plus 1, so he's going to take 5 damage. Oh my goodness. He goes from 21 down 5. He's at 16 with 3 power points left. Oh no, you know what? I think I only have 2 power points left. I'm pretty sure I used one to heal the butcher and I forgot to use the power point. Wow, lots of damage there. Now he has to make a trickery 5 roll, so he has to get a 5 or better. He did not, so he's immobilized. So he's going to have to take an ecology test at the beginning of the round, and otherwise he's going to remain immobilized and not be able to move and get -10 might. Now that we're done with these evil wolves, it's our butcher's turn. I think he's going to turn and start attacking another one. I'm really hoping somebody that only does D4 damage can take this one out. I'm hoping she can take him out. I'm banking on it. Let's hope it works. He's going to begin attacking this wolf here. All right, we're going with our hacker again. Come on, let's get something good. He is unbelievable. This guy's amazing. As amazing, I mean not amazing. He got a 34, so he failed to hit. Okay, our butcher gets to do a lot of other things now. I'm just going to tell you, these are new here. These are my little cubes. These are going to tell me how many turns we have left with our aura. So we had it up last round, so we have 3 rounds left. And once this round is over, I'll remove another cube. So it's been active for 1 round. Our butcher can move 4 stride. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to search this. And that's the scarecrow. I think he's sadly leaving some of his companions in the dust. That's going to be his plan. To search our scarecrow, we need to use an ecology 5 test. It says investigate the scarecrow map feature. Only available during combat. This map-based skill check. Pick up the red dice from the board and roll it for the result. Well, ours isn't red, but it doesn't matter. Ecology 5. So we need to get a 4 or better because he actually does have +1 ecology. So let's see what happens. He got an 8, so that's fantastic. And it says success. Success. It doesn't focus. Success. Oh, the scarecrow's fallen off its post. Crows caw at you in mockery. You restore the scarecrow to its rightful place. Earn a boon. Hopefully this boon says defeat a wolf. Oops, let's not see what they are. I'm just going to mix them up here, and we're just going to draw a boon. Let's go with moving maps all over and everything. Should have tried something different. This one. It says take an additional move. Well, he gets a boon. Well, it's not exactly the most productive boon, but we'll take it. Maybe it'll get him back in the fight next turn. We're going to put these off the map, and we're going to continue on with our slaughter of the dogs. Our next character to go is him. He is also going to turn and attack a different one. He's going to attack this one right here. He gets +9, and he got a 75. This guy's on fire. He actually is hitting things. So his Aspergillum does 1d4 plus 2. So we got 4 plus 2 for his being filled, so that's 6. Plus he gets an extra damage bonus modifier of 1, so he had a total of 7. So that wolf took 7 damage. He starts at 17, and he took 7 damage, so he's down to 10. That was a major hit. And from what I can gather, that means this goes from a 4 to a 3. I also forgot he has to take an ecology roll and hope he makes it. And he got a 10. So he passed his ecology test. I forgot to do that. He was immobilized. He's not immobilized. He's able to attack, and he didn't get the -10 to his might. So all of that would have still happened perfectly. He's down to 10 hit points. That was great. Now it is her turn. She is going to attack right here. All right, come on, Coletta. Let's get this. She got a 10. That's sad. All the wolves are still alive. I shouldn't have hit that other wolf. I should have probably killed it outright. Oh well, that's too bad. That's my fault. And she's going to move at the end of her turn here. She's going to move up to here so that she's at least able to give Father Reynold part of the aura absorption that she has, this aura of light. We need it. The wolves are going to attack next. He attacks first, second, and third. So let's see what this one attacks. Whoever gets the highest roll wins. Oops, that's terrible. That's the wrong die. They both got the same. Let's try again. 8 and 10. So they're going to attack he's going to attack Father Reynold. And you got a 47 minus 5, so it goes to a 42 for being dusk. And then we continue with -5 from the aura. So it's going to go from a 42 to a 37, which sadly I believe is just enough to hit Father Reynold. So we're going to go check and see its hamstring again. This poor guy's never going to get to move. He takes 1d4 plus 1, and then he also has to pass an immobilize check. So wow, he takes 5. He's going to take 5 damage, but he is in that aura, so only takes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's down to 12. These wolves are just really ripping us to pieces. So I have to make a 5 or better on this roll. And I make it, so I'm not immobilized. The next in line is this wolf. He has 10 hit points left. Let's see what he attacks. Highest number. He's going at the Arcanist. You rolled a 68. That's a hit no matter how many negatives I can give my guys. And the 8, that's a new one. That 8, I believe, is going to be your sickened roll. So their flesh is torn by a mouth foaming with blood and pus. Lose 4 vita and become sickened 4. So she's going to go from 17 down 3 because of the aura. 14. Now she has to make a sickened 4 roll, and the resistance is from ecology. We don't have any ecology on this character. And it states that the foul, if I make it focus, a foul Malaysia has stricken you, reducing your effectiveness in combat, and in an encounter, roll damage dice twice and take the worst result. Oh, that's going to be terrible. Let's pass this test. It's a sickened 4. So you got an 8, so we are not sickened. Here we go. And finally, our last wolf, which I so stupidly left on the board, which I probably should have killed. It's my fault. I should always just keep going at somebody until they're dead. He gets to attack, and we'll see how that goes. He's going to attack our priest, and he gets a 59. Oh, these guys don't miss. And a 9 is that sickened roll again. So he's going to take 4 damage, minus 12, so he's going to go to 8. And he has sickened 4. He makes it with a 10. The turn is ours once again. Barnaby is going to step in, 1, 2, and he's going to begin hacking at this wolf. He's going to use his hacker. And he gets a 70. He finally... No, he got a 7. Oh, man. He hasn't hit once this game. Wow, he's amazing. Next, it's going to move on to Father Reynold. We're going to remove one of these cubes to remind myself that we only have 2 more rounds of this aura. And we're done. We're going to take this guy out. That's our goal. Before we do that, we are going to use our purification, and we're going to heal Father Reynold 4. He needs all the help he can get. Our power points are going to drop to 1. And he is going to use his last power point to heal our Arcanist 4. So he is now out of power points. But we do have that boon that gets him back if we want to. Let's see if he hits. 30. And that's a miss. So we're going to tick this down to 2. He only has 2 more uses of this. And we're going to use our bandages too right now. We're just going to go all out here and use everything we got. So he's going to go up to 16. That's 16 health. Our Arcanist is going to swing and try to stab his guy. Let's see if she hits. 58, she does. And I don't really even have to roll for damage, so I can't roll less than 1. And she has her flank, so she automatically is going to do 2, meaning that wolf is going to go from 2 health to none, which is good. That wolf is dead. So we're going to kill this wolf off, and our butcher is going to use his power of fillet. After a nature foe is killed, regain 4 vita. He's going to go up to 14. He's going to drop 1 power point. He's at 5, so he goes to 4. And now we're going to move on to the wolves. This wolf's at full power. This one's at 10, so this one's going to go first. We'll see who he attacks. So we're going to roll our 3 dice. The highest is who he attacks. Wow, I wish I could get that roll more often. It looks like he is going to attack our butcher. And a 90. Wow, and a 10. Oh no, that's terrible. So he is going to get that vicious bite again, but it activated on a 10, which means he has to pass a sickened 8 roll. So first we're going to take our 4 Vita, and then we have to pass a sickened 8 using ecology. So he's going to go to 9. And then he has to make a sickened 8. He does have 1 ecology, so he needs a 7 or better. He got it! Oh man, that was close. All right, the next wolf that's going to attack is this one, and he's going to do the same thing. We're going to roll the 3 dice, see who he attacks. He attacks Father Reynold. 43. Oh, this might be good. Minus 10 is 33, so he missed. Wolf finally missed us. Those wolves have been just gnawing on us. Okay, let's go to our turn. All right, our butcher is going to attack this wolf and see how that goes. Let's roll a 19. He continues his streak of never hitting. Unbelievable. It is on to Father Reynold. He's going to hit that same wolf. I'm not going to move it back to the map because you've seen the map enough. We're going to see if he can hit the same wolf. Oops, I bumped my camera. 32. Now he also gets some added bonuses. He gets plus 5 might from his Asperillum, and he gets plus 4 might from being the exorcist. So he actually is going to get a 41, I believe, is how that all works out, which is enough to hit the wolf. So he's going to do his 1d4, and he got 2, plus he gets 2 plus 2 for his full aspergillum, and plus 1 for his damage modifier. So he did 2, 4, 5 damage. So he's going to be at 5 hit points. We could maybe take this wolf out too. That'd be great. Our Arcanist is going to go next. She is going to go 1, 2, and stand over here. I've got a plan. And she's going to also have to remove one of these. I forgot to remove that at the beginning of turn. And she's going to stab this one and hopefully kill it. No, she didn't. She got a 23. That's not enough to hit. Now we got the 2 wolves. We're going to go over and see who they attack. I'm not going to come back to the board the second time because it's going to be the same thing. So the first wolf attacks our butcher. He got a 6, so he missed. Our second wolf attacks Father Reynold. He got a 27, so he missed him as well, because there also be minuses of 5, so he still missed. All right, it's our turn. We're going to start with him. We're also going to lose our aura, so I'm going to remove the token. He's going to beat up on this wolf who's been damaged. This one is still at full power, and we're really hurting. So he's going to attack him, and we need him to hit. All right, that's a cocked die. 56, he finally hit something. Oh, it's about time. All right, he does D6 damage, plus he gets some damage modifiers too. So he did 4, plus he gets plus 2 damage modifier. So he's going to take that wolf to the grave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's dead. Sadly, I cannot use my fillet more than once a combat. So we finally killed this wolf. He's dead. Now, next is going to be Father Reynold. He's just going to stay there, and he's going to hit him with his aspergillum. Oh, hard thing to pronounce. He needs to find a new weapon. So let's see what he can do. He got 100. Oh my goodness, that's so good. I'm going to tell you the rules on 100, and it's going to be absolutely glorious. Since we got the 100, it says occurs if your attack rolls a natural 100. You gain an extra move, act, or may recover all power points. Ghosts gain D6 ghost points. I'm going to take all our power points for sure. So we go from 0 all the way to 5, and we pretty much use our heals like it's going out of style now. Oh, so good. His aspergillum also does D4, which is 2 plus 1. He does 5 damage to that wolf. That wolf is at 17, so he's going to go, whoops, I got to get these right, down 5. He's at 12. Well, I went the wrong way. 12. He's at 12. Super excited for that. He's going to now move over here, and he is going to give each one of these characters 4 Vita. It's going to cost him 3 power points. He's going to go down 1, 2, 3, and he's going to gain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the rest of them are going to do the same. Our Butcher's up to 14, and our Arcanist is going to go to, what is he at, 17, 18? Is that 22? And our Arcanist's turn, Coletta, is going to attack that wolf. Let's see how she does. A 49. That's enough to hit the wolf. So she's going to go D4. She did 2, plus she's flanked, so she does 3. Plus her damage bonus of 2, which is 5. So she also did 5 damage. She's going to bring this wolf down 5. To 7. And on top of that, she's going to use 1 power point to bring it. Oh, I should probably show you what the card does. Deal an additional 2 damage on a successful melee hit. And I can use it once per round. So we're going to do that as well. So she's down to, so now it's down to 5. And she goes down to 4 power points. She's going to use her stride of 4 to go 1, 2, 3, 4 over to that well. And we're going to search this search token and see if we can find something really cool. So I'm going to take my die. Now she gets to get +1 for this search roll. So let's roll it up and see how it goes. Oh no, she got a 3 even with the +1, which means she found a snare. She takes 1 damage. There we go. We go down to 21. She must have got hit by the bucket in the face as she pulled it up. All right, that was great. Now it's the wolf's turn. He is going to attack one of our characters. Let's see how that goes. He got a 7, so he also failed to hit us. That's fantastic. All right, it's time to finish off this wolf. Before I do it, I do have to tick this down to 1 for my last turn. See if I can get in focus. I was so excited about the 100 hit that I forgot to tick my holy water down 1 for being full of my aspergillum. So now our Butcher's going to go, and then our Father Reynold is going to go. So first Barnaby, then Father Reynold, and then if we still don't hit, I'll bring my Arcanist back. All right, Barnaby comes in, and he gets a 10, so he failed. So now we're going to hit him with our Exorcist. Come on, Father Reynold. 28 plus 9, that's not enough. I'm going to move our Arcanist back in to try to hit this wolf. And she got a 53. She'll show you how to do it. Here comes a D4 for her damage. And she did 3, which is going to be enough to knock that wolf out. 3 off her, and then she gets +2 damage bonus, +1 for being in flanking the enemy. So these wolves, after a rough start, it kind of got a little bit better near the end. This wolf has died. He goes away. Now each one of us get to search the carcasses of the body. So we all get to roll 1 die. If we get a 10 or higher, we get to find an item. If not, we find nothing. So let's see how our characters do. Nobody found anything. That makes me sad. Okay. We're going to continue on with the story. Now that this encounter is over, we're going to turn back to the book and read After the Fight. Also, now that this is done, every person is going to gain 30 lore, 10 for each wolf, and also 2 coins for each wolf. So 2, 4, 6. This brings our Sanctifier, I bumped the camera, sorry, to 12 coins. Everybody else will have 13, and I'll mark that on their character sheet. After the wolves are dealt with, the farmer tells you, beyond is a path that will take you to an old burial ground. The mausoleum there houses the long-forgotten entrance to the caves of Nurian's Hollow. That is where the priest went. He agrees to show you his shortcut and offers to join you. The leader gains the farmer companion, and our leader right now is our butcher, so he will gain the farmer companion. And it'll help him with +1 to all his ecology rolls, and he gets +1 max Vita. Now, there are a few rules to do with companions, and they're right here. I'm not going to read them to you. Basically, you can hold up to 2 companions, and if you have to take a companion that doesn't actually exist in the deck, you get 15 gold instead. Also, a companion can be discarded whenever you want to, and it can also block 1 source of damage from an attack or from like a snare or a trap. Once it's done that, it is discarded back to the deck. We will now continue into the hollow. The path leads into an old burial ground. You see the mausoleum that holds the forgotten entrance to Nerurin's Hollow. An open grave is to your left. You make your way towards the door to the crypt, hoping to quickly find the entrance into the caves you were told about. Thanks to the farmer, we know the secret way into the hollow, and that is where we're going to end for now. We'll be back soon to see if our brave adventurers can enter the hollow and find our missing priest, and even better, find out what's affecting these wolves. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe. You can even hit that bell symbol and you'll know when the next video comes. And that's when we're going to enter the hollow. Please leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Will our brave adventurers make it through the hollow, find the missing priest, or will they succumb to the evil of folklore? To find out, I need you to meet me at the table.